Okay, so hello everyone. So that we can start the session. So meanwhile, the students are joining, and then I will start with the session of inguinal reason. Okay, so before starting the session, I would like to give you a brief introduction about the platform of Unacademy, and then we can start the session. So yes, myself, Dr. Mona Lisa, and I have done my MD Anatomy from Armed Force Medical College, Pune. Okay. So today I will complete the session of inguinal reason second. The applied aspect, I will discuss it tomorrow. Today I will give you the whole gross anatomy and details of the inguinal reason. Okay. Then we will proceed subsequently with the whole details. So welcome to the session, dear students. Okay. So I have done my MD Anatomy from Armed Force Medical College, Pune. Before starting the session, I would like to give you a brief detail about how you can assess the sessions live on the platform of Unacademy. So for assessing the session live on the platform of Unacademy, what you have to do, you have to use the code ANAT10 for unlocking. You can use the code ANAT10 for unlocking the session of free plans on the Unacademy. So many of the free plans are there on the Unacademy. So you can just download the app, and thereafter you can use the code ANAT10 for unlocking. Also, the features of special classes are that you can type your message here. You can write your message and ask doubt during the sessions. Polls are conducted in between. Whenever I come with the MCQ sessions and all, polls are conducted. You can know your weak areas, and you can assess for the solving the sessions important question, and you can know the important fields which need to be revised, and you can pay more attention to that particular subject or area. Raise your hand, ask your doubts when the session is conducted. Never miss a session. So once you start seeing the session, for example, some of the students may be new to the platform and you have start seeing the session. So you start following that educator. So if you start following the educator on the Unacademy app, you will get the link and you will get the notification of all the sessions of that educator. So this is another positive point about the platform. The other thing which is very positive is that whenever a session is completed, next lecture notes and PDF can be downloaded by you, and so that you can revise it. You can write the notes along with me with beautiful images which I share up. So that will help you to understand, and your concepts will be clear. Anytime, anywhere, study from your own device and your own place. So what are the benefits of Plus subscription? Access both live and the recorded version. Study from the device of your choice. Access more than 25,000 MCQs are there on the platform of Unacademy. And these 25,000 MCQs are made by the top educators of Unacademy platform. So you can access that MCQs, you can solve it, and you can also compete in the test and quizzes, and you can know what is your weak area and which has to be enhanced. Learn from India's top educators of the medical field, and coming soon is the printed notes provided to you if you take the Plus subscription of Unacademy. So along with this, you will get a printed notes. So Unacademy, so I would also like to give you the information about the iconic subscription of Unacademy, where the benefits is not only of the Unacademy platform, but you will get the benefits of the prep ladder also. So that means you will get the benefits of all the educators on the Unacademy platform. Along with that, you will get the benefits of the prep ladder educators and the dream team of prep ladder. You can access the clinical integrated essential sessions of prep ladder, video lectures from the dream team of prep ladder. QBank 3 can be accessed by you, which is consist of active guidance, tags, and much more. Rapid revision and snapshots, and treasure dream notes of the prep ladder. All these can be accessed, and you get an additional discount of 10% if you use my code ANAT10. So my dear students, and aspirants, just go for 25,000 high-yield clinical MCQs from all the 19 subjects. If you want to target the examination that is next and solve it, use the code ANAT10 for getting 10% discount. I also want to tell about the boost your medical preparation of PG by taking 2 years of subscription and getting 4 months of subscription absolutely free. Take 12 months of subscription and get 2 months of subscription absolutely free. Targeted integrated batch of 2023, those students, they can join this session. Also, next targeted batch is there. All these batches you can join. Also, you can be participate in the Mission INICT 2021 batch, clinical examination procedure batch. All these batches you can use my code ANAT10 and get 10% discount. So at the end, before starting the session, I would like to tell you, this is the comparison of NEET PG subscription of Plus and Iconic for 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, whichever suits you, your preparation, just go for it, crack your examination, and all the best. Use the code ANAT10 and get 10% discount. So my dear students, today I have targeted one of the topic, that is inguinal reason, for, and few of the students must be new to the platform. So let's start the inguinal reason. So today I will complete the inguinal reason part 1, clinical aspect in the second part. We will discuss the gross anatomy in this part. So all the best, everyone. Let's start with the session. The first thing which I want to explain you is the inguinal ligament. So my dear student, this is a diagram where you can know what is inguinal ligament. So in this diagram, you can clearly see. So if you want, I can zoom the diagram also for you. Okay. So yes, see here. So there are two extensions. So I would like to use a green color here. This is the pubic tubercle which you are seeing here. This is the pubic tubercle. Okay, so it's here, this part. So I'm extending a line from pubic tubercle till the level of anterior superior iliac spine. Don't worry, firstly understand the things. I will write the notes for you, and you can write the notes along with me. Images you can get from the PDF provided. So it is extending from anterior superior iliac spine to that of pubic tubercle. That means inguinal ligament, which is formed by the lower free border of which muscle? Anyone wants to give answer? Inguinal ligament is formed by lower free border of which muscle? External oblique muscle. It is formed by lower free border of external oblique muscle. Absolutely right, Flask. And this is extending from PT to anterior superior iliac spine. So a line which is the midpoint of these 2 points is called as mid-inguinal point. It is important for the first year students that they should clearly know the difference between the midpoint of inguinal ligament and mid-inguinal point. So mid-inguinal point means the midpoint of the line joining pubic symphysis and anterior superior iliac spine. So if we take midpoint of this line, that is AS, IS and pubic symphysis, that is mid-inguinal point. So this is the difference between both. So yes, I will come to this extension also. Before that, so is the concept clear? The difference between mid-inguinal point and that of, let me erase all these things. Any doubt? So no one should hesitate. All the students can ask the doubt right itself in the live session. Okay. So, okay. So when I am talking about mid-inguinal point, mid-inguinal point, जब मैं mid-inguinal point की बात कर रही हूँ, this is the midpoint of line joining anterior superior iliac spine. So one of the student, Ganesh, is telling there is echo. What about others? Is the sound clear? Everyone, let me know. Is the sound clear? Okay, those who can perfectly hear the sound, please give me a thumbs up. Okay, Shrishta, yes, yes. What about others? So it's the midpoint of line joining anterior superior iliac spine and that of pubic symphysis. Ganesh, please check your connection, because other students are giving me thumbs up and telling that everything is clear. So mid-inguinal point is midpoint of line joining anterior superior iliac spine and pubic symphysis. Now, if we talk about midpoint of inguinal ligament, it is midpoint of anterior superior iliac spine to that of pubic symphysis. Pubic symphysis. Okay, so it is the midpoint of anterior superior iliac spine and pubic symphysis. So this is exactly the difference between the two important structure, which is often asked in your Viva examination as your next and MCQ session also. Now, it is important for you to know that what are the extensions of inguinal ligament. So anyone can tell me what is the other name of inguinal ligament? Inguinal ligament is also termed as which ligament? So one more point is important, that inguinal ligament is also called as Paupart's ligament. Absolutely right. It is also called as Paupart's ligament. So yes, Flask is absolutely right. It is also called as Paupart's ligament. It is also called as groin ligament. The other name of inguinal ligament is, it is also called as groin ligament. It is also called as Paupart's ligament. Now, let's discuss the extensions of inguinal ligament. So when we are talking about the extensions of inguinal ligament, the extensions of inguinal ligament is following. So here we can see the first thing, this is ASIS, anterior superior iliac spine, and this is pubic tubercle. This is the whole extension of inguinal ligament. So here what you can appreciate that there is an extension which is called as lacunar ligament. So firstly, I will explain it and then I will write it for you, don't worry. So one of the extension is lacunar ligament. Actually, lacunar ligament is extending from medial end of the deep fibers of inguinal ligament. So this part, which I'm highlighting in red color, this triangular ligament which you are seeing is the extension of inguinal ligament, which is the extension of deep fibers of inguinal ligament, which is curving horizontally. What you can see, it is curving horizontally to the part of pecten pubis, and this is forming lacunar ligament. The other name of lacunar ligament is Gimbernet's ligament. The second ligament which I want to explain is the pectineal ligament. ये क्या है? Pectineal ligament. Pectineal ligament. Now I am using different color. I am using green color. So if you do an extension, if you will see the extension from the lacunar ligament going towards the bony prominence, that is iliopectineal eminence. So you must have seen the hip bone, and there you must have appreciated there is a bony prominence called as iliopectineal eminences. So this extension from the lacunar ligament till the level of iliopectineal eminences. Okay. This is iliopectineal eminences, the extension is going, and this is called as pectineal ligament. The other name of pectineal ligament is Cooper's ligament. Now, one more ligament which you are seeing, let me use again red color for it, which is extending down from the inguinal ligament to this iliopectineal eminences. This is the third extension which is called as ilioinguinal ligament. The downward extension which is seen, if you will see, anterior superior iliac spine and pubic tubercle is joined by inguinal ligament, and downward extension from this point is called as, from the middle point of inguinal ligament to iliopectineal eminences is called as ilioinguinal ligament. So the other extension, yeah, good evening Sivank. So the other extension which you are seeing here, this extension, this is the reflected part of inguinal ligament. Reflected part of the inguinal ligament is traversing. Actually, reflected part is a superficial fibers of inguinal ligament which is extending from the medial end of inguinal ligament upwards and medially. Okay, it passes behind the superficial inguinal ring. It is passing behind the superficial inguinal ring, and in front of conjoint tendon, it will intermingle with the other side reflected part in the midline, linea alba. It is intermingling with reflected part of inguinal ligament of right and the left hand side. Both of it will meet at a point that is called linea alba. So let's start with this session. Okay, here also I want to explain. Actually, I will write the things for you. So, okay. So once more, see this diagram. What you can see in this diagram, clearly reflected part of inguinal ligament is shown. This is the reflected part. This hole is the inguinal ligament. Okay, this hole is the inguinal ligament, no doubt about this, which is extending from pubic tubercle to the anterior superior iliac spine, formed by the aponeurosis of external oblique muscle. From it, superficial fibers has been seen. This superficial fibers are called as reflected part of inguinal ligament, which is traversing through. As you can see, it lies behind the superficial inguinal ring. This is the medial and lateral crux of superficial inguinal ring. The interconnecting fibers are called as intercrural fibers. So it is passing behind the superficial inguinal ring, and it is passing in front of conjoint tendon. Okay, so I will write that all information. Let's start this. So all of you write all the information about the extension of inguinal ligament. So have you understood any doubt? I will write in points about each of these things. So please give me a thumbs up if you have understood all these information about the extension of inguinal ligament. Very good. So write down inguinal ligament. Inguinal ligament, also called as Paupart's ligament, also called as Paupart's ligament, also called as groin ligament, also called as groin ligament. It is formed by lower free border of aponeurosis of which muscle, dear? Aponeurosis of external oblique muscles of anterior abdominal wall. So we know that in the anterior, yesterday I have taken the introduction part in the YouTube live. So there I have explained these all muscles. So actually it is formed by the lower free end of which muscle? External oblique muscle, extending from anterior superior iliac spine. It is extending from anterior superior iliac spine to the level of pubic tubercle. Now, next point is the extension. So we have got 4 extensions. Firstly, we are talking about the first extension that is called as lacunar ligament. The first extension is called as lacunar ligament. Now, my dear students, the name of lacunar ligament is also, it is important for you to solve the MCQ related to the topic as in the new curriculum. You have to give the next examination, and also in your university examination also MCQs are correlated. So always use both the term. So lacunar ligament, when we are talking about lacunar ligament, it is also called as Gimbernat's ligament. It is also called as Gimbernat's ligament. Okay, my dear. Okay, so lacunar ligament and Gimbernat's ligament are the similar thing. It arises from medial end of D fibers of inguinal ligament. Okay, it is an extension from the D fibers of inguinal ligament, triangular in shape. We have just seen it is triangular in shape, and it is attached to pecten pubis. It is attached to pecten pubis. Okay, so it is an extension from the deeper aspect of the inguinal ligament, attaches to pecten pubis. It is a triangular extension, and the lacunar ligament is also called as Gimbernat's ligament. This was the first extension. Okay, one important point you must know about lacunar ligament. If you have studied lower limb ka session ho gaya hai, so if you remember, my dear aspirants, the lacunar ligament is triangular in shape and its apex is attached. So please write down. We know that lacunar ligament. Again, this point is important for MCQ, that lacunar ligament is triangular in shape and its apex is attached to PT. What is PT, dear? Pubic tubercle. Its apex is attached to the pubic tubercle, and from the pubic tubercle, its lateral edge will form medial border of, anyone wants to tell me lacunar ligament ka lateral edge? Lacunar ligament lateral edge is forming medial border of which structure? Anyone? Femoral canal, this is femoral canal. Okay, so femoral canal is bounded by lacunar ligament. Okay, femoral canal is bounded by lacunar ligament. Okay, now, and this femoral canal is a site of weakness, and through this protrusion of femoral hernia takes place, and which we have discussed in lower limb, that this is the more common hernia in case of females due to wider pelvis and the low calibers of the vessels, femoral vessels. Now, okay, so this was the first extension. Now discuss the second extension, which is called as pectineal ligament. The second extension is called as pectineal ligament, which is also called as ligament of Cooper. Okay, pectineal ligament is also called as ligament of Cooper. Actually, pectineal ligament is extension from Anayana. Hello, dear Anayana. It's an extension from, it is exactly an extension from lacunar ligament. It's exactly an extension from lacunar ligament to that of a bony prominence. To which structure? Which bony prominence, dear? Iliopectineal eminences. Which bony prominence? Iliopectineal eminences. Okay. So we have seen the extension from lacunar ligament horizontally traversing and reaching to iliopectineal eminences of hip bone. This is called as pectineal ligament, and the other name of pectineal ligament is ligament of Cooper. All these points are important for MCQs. What is the third extension, dear? The third extension is called as reflected part of inguinal ligament. reflected part of inguinal ligament. Okay, actually this reflected part of inguinal ligament is an extension from which fibers? It is an extension from superficial fibers, and these superficial fibers are traversing from the medial end of inguinal ligament. And the direction of these fibers are, the direction of these fibers are upwards and medially. What is the direction there? It is upwards, traversing medially, and it is traversing in front of superficial inguinal ring. It is traversing in front of superficial inguinal ring. So yes, so I will speak up, less space is there, just note down. It is traversing in front of superficial inguinal ring and deep to it is passing behind the superficial inguinal ring. Please note down, behind the superficial inguinal ring and in relation to conjoint tendon. So you can just note down, it is passing in relation to two important structures. So it is passing behind superficial inguinal ring, superficial ring, inguinal ring there, and in front of CT. What is CT? Conjoint tendon, conjoint tendon. So okay, less space is there, so you just note down. It is passing behind superficial inguinal ring and in front of conjoint tendon. See here this diagram. So here you can see this is the reflected part of inguinal ligament, and this structure which you are seeing is the superficial inguinal ring. This V-shaped structure is superficial inguinal ring. So it is passing, as you can see, behind the superficial inguinal ring, but in front of conjoint tendon. What is the fourth part there? The fourth part is ilioinguinal ligament. So when we are talking about ilio, we have already discussed this in the image. So when we are talking about ilioinguinal ligament, this is the fourth extension. Ilioinguinal ligament. So when we are talking about ilioinguinal ligament, this is an extension from the lower part of, it is an extension which is a fibrous cord for extending from the lower part or inferior aspect of inguinal ligament, going till the level of iliopectineal eminences, going till the level of iliopectineal eminences. So got it? In short, we have done with all the four extension. In short, we have completed all the four extension of inguinal ligament. That is the that is the Gimbernet, pectineal. Okay. Iliopectineal eminences, this you will see in the hip bone where the ilium and the pubis bone is meeting. Okay, Sivang, where the ilium and pubis bone is meeting. When you hold the hip bone in anatomical position, you will see a rounded elevation where the ilium and pubis bone is meeting. That rounded elevation is called as iliopectineal eminences. Okay, Sivang. Now, okay, just below the inguinal ligament, there is a space, and that space is called as subinguinal space. Okay, just below the inguinal ligament, there is a space that is called as subinguinal space. So let me just zoom out. Okay, see here. So here you can see this is PT, that is the pubic tubercle. Okay, this is PT, that is pubic tubercle, and this is anterior superior iliac spine. The structure which you are seeing here, this structure which you are seeing here, this is the inguinal ligament, no doubt about this. Okay, now below this you can see the space is lying. Below this space is lying, and this whole space which is lying below inguinal ligament, this whole space is called as subinguinal space. Now, so I would like to tell you that this structure, so this is inguinal ligament, and this structure is the is dividing, which is going down from, it's a sheath from the femoral aspect. So lower part of this inguinal ligament is called as the space that is subinguinal space or pelvifemoral space. It's the space which is lying between the hip bone. This is acetabular cavity of the hip bone. So this space is lying between the hip bone and that of inguinal ligament. Two spaces is there. One is contained of muscles. Which muscles are this? Iliopsoas muscle. It is containing iliopsoas muscle and that of nerves. Okay, it is containing iliopsoas muscle and it is having nerves. So it is divided into lateral space, which is called as lacuna musculorum. Okay, so it is having two spaces. This is the lateral space and here this will be the medial space. Medial space is containing femoral vessels and also lymphatics, but the lateral space is mainly containing iliopsoas muscle. Iliopsoas muscle and the femoral nerve and also lateral femoral cutaneous nerve of thigh. So I will write this for you. So please write down the space lying below subinguinal space. Okay. So what is the other name of subinguinal space? That is the space which is residing below the inguinal ligament. So the space which is lying below the inguinal ligament is called as pelvifemoral space. Is called as pelvifemoral space. Okay, this space is called as pelvifemoral space. Subinguinal space is also called as pelvifemoral space, and this space is lying between, this is the space which is lying between inguinal ligament. This is the space which is lying between the inguinal ligament and the hip bone. The space is divided into, so this pelvifemoral space is divided into two spaces. The lateral part of the space, the lateral part of the lateral space is called as lacunae musculorum. And the medial part or the medial space is called as, the medial part or the medial space is called as lacunae vasculorum. So got it? Lacunae vasculorum, lateral part and the medial part. Okay, lacunae vasculorum, the lateral space is called as, the lateral space or the pelvifemoral space is called as lacunae musculorum, and the medial space is called as lacunae vasculorum. Lacunae vasculorum. So is it okay, everyone? Okay. Lacunae vasculorum or lacunae musculorum. Now it is important to know the structure contained in this space. So let's start with this. Subinguinal space, यहाँ पे lateral space is containing, that is lacunae musculorum. It is containing which structure? It is containing iliacus muscle. It is containing psoas major muscle. It is containing femoral nerve, and it is containing lateral cutaneous nerve of thigh. It is containing lateral cutaneous nerve of thigh. Now, when we are talking about the medial space, जब हम medial space की बात करेंगे, so the medial space is containing which structure? Femoral vessels. It is containing it is a vascular space, and it is mainly containing femoral vessels. It is mainly containing femoral vessels. Now let's move on to the next topic, that is inguinal canal. Yeah, lymph node, deep inguinal lymph node also. Now next topic is inguinal canal. So when we are talking about inguinal canal, it is a canal which is extending from deep inguinal ring to that of superficial inguinal ring. So here you can see the extension. The green color canal which you are seeing is the green color canal which is highlighted here. The green color canal that is highlighted here is the extension which is seen from deep inguinal ring and that of superficial inguinal ring. Approximate, yes, Dr. Tariq, approximate 4 centimeters in length, called as inguinal canal, and the whole length is 4 centimeter lying above the inguinal ligament. Okay, now, so if you want to write the definition, all of you can write the definition of inguinal canal. It is a musculofascial canal that pierces obliquely through anterior abdominal wall. Okay, it's a musculofascial canal which is passing through the anterior abdominal wall. It's a space seen in the anterior abdominal wall, and through it passes spermatic cord in males and round ligament in females. The location is in the lower part of anterior abdominal wall, and exactly it is located above the medial half of inguinal ligament. It is located above medial half of inguinal ligament. Above medial half of inguinal ligament. Okay. Now see here. The inguinal canal, it's approximately 4 centimeters in the length in the lower abdominal wall. This is the inguinal canal which is running from deep to superficial inguinal ring, and anteriorly it is having external oblique and internal oblique. It is having external oblique in its entire content, and internal oblique is also in the lateral part. Roof is formed by the arc fibers of internal and transverse muscles. Inguinal ligament is the floor, and posteriorly lies fascia transversalis and conjointum. Don't worry, I will show you many diagrams so that you can be clear with this topic. And what is important for your MCQ, deep inguinal ring is an opening in which of the following? Deep inguinal ring is a opening in fascia transversalis, and superficial inguinal ring is a V-shaped opening in the external oblique muscle. External oblique muscle. Now thereafter, length 4 centimeter extension from deep inguinal ring to superficial inguinal ring, and it is running 1 centimeter parallel and above inguinal ligament. So this is anterior superior iliac spine, okay, and this is pubic tubercle that is giving attachment to inguinal ligament. Just above it, the structure which is found is inguinal canal. Now see here, this is another diagram which will help you to understand the concept of inguinal canal. Here you can see this is the deep inguinal ring, which is an opening in fascia transversalis. It's an opening in fascia transversalis, and here is the deep inguinal ring, and this is the whole content of the canal, and you can see it is extending till this level of triangular opening. The triangular opening, when you will see the lower down, it will be in the external oblique muscle. So here this opening is lying in external oblique muscle, and this opening will be through which the spermatic cord will pass. So okay, that opening will be, so that opening here. Okay, so here you can see this is traversing, this is the inguinal canal traversing through an opening. Here superficial inguinal ring is there, which is an opening in external oblique muscle. So another diagram here also you can appreciate here that the inguinal region is lying there, but here you can see the spermatic cord. As you can see in the diagram, the spermatic cord is coming out through superficial inguinal ring. Okay, this is the opening, this is the superficial inguinal ring through which the spermatic cord is coming out. Okay, so and here this is the extent of the inguinal canal, this is the extent of inguinal canal. So this is again showing you the deep inguinal ring. Actually the muscle that is external oblique, internal oblique has been removed as a flap, and this opening which you are seeing, this is oval opening which you are seeing. Actually this opening is oval. So this oval opening which you are seeing is the deep inguinal ring, and this is the opening in the fascia transversalis. This opening will lie in the fascia transversalis. Okay, now you can see another diagram which will help you to understand the roof, the floor, the anterior wall and the posterior wall of inguinal canal. So this is whole inguinal canal. Anteriorly, it is having external oblique muscle. Dr. Tarif, I am coming. Arched fibers, okay. I am coming to that point. Arched fibers of internal oblique transverse abdominis muscle. All that things are there. I will give you an individual diagram and individual explanation. Don't worry. Understand in the diagrams. So external oblique muscle है, ये entire extent में anterior wall बनाता है. Internal oblique muscle also forms a part of anterior wall. When you will see the posterior aspect, it is having on the posterior aspect fascia transversalis. Can you see here? This is the fascia transversalis. This is actually forming the posterior wall. This is the inferior. This is the floor structure, and the floor structure is formed by inguinal ligament. And few arched fibers of internal oblique and all, this will form the fibers of roof. Okay, so see here, now the same structure which you are seeing, anterior wall, external oblique, part of internal oblique also, arched fibers of internal oblique joining with the transverse abdominis. This is the roof. Posterior wall is formed by fascia transversalis mainly, and floor is formed by inguinal ligament. Floor is formed by inguinal ligament. Now you can write it there. So anterior wall in its whole, so actually when you talk about the whole extent of anterior wall, it is formed by skin, superficial fascia and external oblique muscle aponeurosis. Lateral part is formed by IO. What is IO? Internal oblique. So external oblique muscle, this is the external oblique muscle which is forming the anterior wall in whole extent of inguinal canal, but lateral, if we talk about this lateral 1/3 part, it is only formed by internal oblique muscle. internal oblique muscle. Now, this is a beautiful diagram which is showing you inguinal canal opening. So you can see here the extent of inguinal canal is from deep inguinal ring. This is the deep inguinal ring. It is extending here and it is reaching to the level of superficial inguinal ring, which is lying in the external. Can you see here very clearly? You can see the opening is lying in external oblique aponeurosis. Deep inguinal ring is an opening in fascia transversalis. Fascia transversalis. This is fascia transversalis. Now, posterior wall. Now, coming to the posterior wall, when we are talking about posterior wall, as I told you, it is mainly made by FT. What is FT? Fascia transversalis. Mainly, it is formed by fascia transversalis, parietal peritoneum, and extraperitoneal tissue. But when you will see medial end of the posterior wall, there is a conjoint tendon, and we know that conjoint tendon is formed by internal oblique muscle joining the transverse abdominis muscle. Conjoint tendon is formed by two muscles, internal oblique and transverse abdominis. So these two will join to form the medial posterior part of inguinal canal. Medial end is formed by reflected end of inguinal ligament. So in one line, you can say the whole of posterior wall is formed by fascia transversalis, but at the medial end, it is also getting contribution from conjoint tendon. Now roof, what I told you, arched fibers. So Dr. Tariq, roof is formed by arched fiber of IO and TA. What is TA? TA is transverse abdominis muscle. TA is transverse abdominis muscle. Along with IO means internal oblique muscle. So these two muscles together, their arc fibers are forming the roof. The floor is formed mainly by arched fibers, mean the fibers which is arched fibers means the connecting over fibers, means they are means arched fibers means the fibers which is arcing like this. Okay, so see here, your roof will be like something, the space will be, see here, yahan pe jo roof hai, conjoint tendon means together the internal oblique and transverse abdominis muscle has together interconnected to each other, and they together forms a single structure. Single tendon is formed by joining of two muscles. Arched fibers means the fibers which is extending, few fibers of extension of internal oblique muscle along with transverse abdominis. So this part is the roof. Okay, this part is the roof. See here. So here will be the roof, my dear. This is the roof. So this is taking contribution from IO, internal oblique muscle ke arched fibers, and transverse abdominis muscle. Means arc is different from the conjoint tendon. That is the fibers which is, ma'am, conjoint tendon form both posterior wall and the roof. Yeah, conjoint tendon means both. You can say contribution of internal oblique and transverse abdominis. Okay, Dr. Tariq. कंजॉइंट टेंडन के लिए बेसिकली हम टर्म यूज करेंगे अगर कंजॉइंट टेंडन, तो दैट इज फॉर्म्ड इन द पोस्टीरियर वॉल, बट एक्चुअली few fibers of internal oblique and transverse abdominis muscle is arcing in forward direction and forming a roof structure. So that is roof. Okay, conjoint tendon part. So, okay, but conjoint tendon means a single tendon formed by the two muscles that is in lying posteriorly. But its arched fibers means the fibers which is arising from the origin is from internal oblique transverse abdominis, that is the roof. Whole length is the inguinal ligament, and medially it is formed by lacunar ligament. Medially it is formed by lacunar ligament. Now coming to the content. So when we are talking about the content, in males it contains spermatic cord, ilioinguinal nerve. Ilioinguinal nerve and spermatic cord. In females it contains round ligament, ilioinguinal nerve. So one more thing I just want to tell, actually when we are talking about ilioinguinal nerve, although ilioinguinal nerve is considered as the content of inguinal canal, but exactly it is not entering the canal through deep inguinal ring. It enters the canal, it exactly not a content which is passing through deep inguinal ring. It enters the canal from a side slit of the EO and IO muscle. So okay, We take inguinal. So all of you, please note down this point. This is very important. We are taking ilioinguinal nerve as the content of the inguinal canal. But basically, ilioinguinal nerve is not exactly traversing through and through inguinal canal, but the course of ilioinguinal nerve is passing through a gap which is lying between internal oblique muscle and external oblique muscle. Okay. So exactly, it is not passing through and through, but it is passing in a gap between the external and internal oblique. These are normal contents. Abnormal contents can be undescended testes, intestine, supraadrenal cortex, accessory spleen. These can be the abnormal contents of inguinal canal. Okay, done with this. Now, it is also important for you to know, as we have discussed, one of the most important content is spermatic cord. एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कंटेंट है spermatic cord. So spermatic cord is containing which all structure? So actually spermatic cord contains ductus deferens. It contains many arteries. It contains testicular artery. It contains cremastric artery. It contains artery to ductus deferens. It also contains artery to ductus deferens. So here testicular artery is directly the branch of abdominal aorta, my dear students. Cremastric from inferior epigastric artery, and that of artery to ductus deferens. Okay, yes, absolutely right, Dr. Tariq. Pampniform plexus of veins also. Artery to ductus deferens, it's a branch from inferior vesical artery. It's a branch from inferior vesical artery. Other than that, it will contain pampniform plexus of veins. Absolutely right, Dr. Tariq. It also contains few lymphatics. It also contains lymphatics. It also contains pre and para-aortic group of lymphatics, remains of processus vaginalis, remains of processus vaginalis. I'm writing in short. Okay. And also genital branch of genitofemoral nerve, genitofemoral nerve. So don't worry, I have right here. So, but you can see this here. This is a beautiful diagram, cut section of spermatic cord, where you can see pampniform plexus are lying, lymphatics are lying. Also you can see the genital branch of genitofemoral, cremaster vessels, testicular arteries, processus vaginalis. All these structures are residing, and the covering which is seen from outside to inside. So the coverings from inside to outside is, if you will see the spermatic cord covering, the spermatic cord is covered by following structure from outside to inside, and this coverings are in this covering. So inside to outside, it will be internal spermatic fascia. There will be internal spermatic fascia. Then there will be cremaster fascia. Then there will be external spermatic fascia. Then there will be external spermatic fascia. Now, my dear students, please note down internal spermatic fascia. Internal spermatic fascia is formed by fascia transversalis. Cremaster muscle. Cremaster muscle is the muscle which is skeleton muscle surrounded by loose connective tissue, and it is formed by internal oblique muscle. External spermatic fascia is formed by external oblique muscle. Okay, so what is important to note for you MCQs, that transverse abdominis muscle is not contributing in formation of any layer of spermatic cord. Any covering of spermatic cord is not formed by which muscle? Transverse abdominis muscle. Transverse abdominis muscle is not contributing in formation of any of this covering. Now I will show you this cadaveric image. In this cadaveric image, what you can appreciate, the structure which will be zoomed out to make you understand, and so yes, I will come to that, please wait. So what you can see, this is the deep inguinal ring, this is the superficial inguinal ring. Okay, and this structure is the inguinal canal. So here this is the structure, and from here you can clearly see the spermatic cord is coming out. Spermatic cord is coming out. Clearly you can see spermatic cord is traversing out. This is the testis in the scrotum. So spermatic cord is coming out from superficial inguinal ring, traversing in the inguinal canal. This is a cadaveric image to show the structures. Yes, Sivank, see this. So yes, before, and I would also like to give you few points of the structure which is maintaining the integrity of inguinal canal. Integrity of inguinal canal. So see here, mechanisms to maintain the integrity of inguinal canal. The mechanism which is maintaining the integrity of inguinal canal are actually following important mechanisms are there. One is flap valve mechanism. Flap valve mechanism. What do you mean by flap valve mechanism? Actually, we know that the canal, inguinal canal, is oblique. It is not straight. It is not exactly straight, but it is oblique. And deep inguinal ring and superficial inguinal ring is not exactly lying opposite to each other. अगर कोई structure straight है, parallel है, तो deep inguinal और superficial inguinal ring exactly opposite होगा. But it is oblique, so they are lying at different level. Okay. So whenever intra-abdominal pressure is increased, anterior and posterior wall of the inguinal canal is approximated. Okay, there is certain mechanism which is maintaining the integrity of inguinal canal strength. So one of the mechanisms is flap valve. We know that inguinal canal is not a straight canal. It is having anterior, posterior. It is having its two openings at different level. Not exactly opposite to each other. It is an oblique canal, that is superficial and deep inguinal ring. When the intra-abdominal pressure is increased, both of these will contract. Anterior and posterior wall is approximated to each other. So the other mechanism is guarding of inguinal rings. The other mechanism is guarding of inguinal rings. So when we are talking about guarding of inguinal rings, deep inguinal ring is guarded by. So any idea? Deep inguinal ring is guarded by which structure? Deep inguinal ring is guarded anteriorly by which structure? Any idea? Anyone? Internal oblique muscle. Deep inguinal ring is guarded by internal oblique muscle. Superficial inguinal ring is guarded by. Superficial inguinal ring is guarded posteriorly by which structure? Conjoint tendon. Conjoint tendon and reflected part of inguinal ligament. Conjoint tendon and reflected part of inguinal ligament. Okay. So the other mechanism is Sutter. So this is how you can see here the two rings are opposite, not exactly at the same level. They are they are at different level. And when intra-abdominal pressure is increased, anterior and posterior wall is approximating to each other. This is flap valve mechanism. The other is Sutter mechanism. When we are talking about Sutter mechanism, it means that actually internal oblique muscle is very important for maintaining the integrity of. It is very important for maintaining the integrity of the canal. So actually what happens when the intra-abdominal pressure is increased? This internal oblique muscle is very important as it is not only forming anterior wall, it is also contributing in formation of anterior wall. Internal oblique muscle is forming anterior wall. It is forming the part of anterior wall. It is also forming the part of posterior wall and that of roof. Okay. So actually constantly what happens? It is as this whole internal oblique muscle is acting as a Sutter. Okay. Internal oblique muscle is surrounding the inguinal canal from front, from above, and from behind like a flexible mobile arc. Flexible. Can you see here? Flexible mobile arc. And whenever pressure is increased, its roof is pulled down and it is approximated towards the floor. Roof is pulled down and approximated towards the floor. And this mechanism is called Sutter mechanism. Guarding mechanism we have already done. Guarding. Superficial inguinal ring guarded anteriorly by internal oblique, and deep inguinal ring by the conjoint tendon and reflected part of inguinal ligament. Okay. Guarding mechanism is already done. Okay. Now slit valve mechanism. One more mechanism is fourth mechanism. Slit valve mechanism. Okay. So my dear students, I thought today I will complete the whole of I thought I will complete some of the important MCQ wala triangles also, but I think till the, so I will take another 5, 7, 8 minutes the explaining the integrity. Then we will again meet with the next session. I will update you about the next session. Slit valve mechanism. So external oblique muscle. This is about external oblique muscle. External oblique muscle contracts. So when the external oblique muscle contracts, so its two cruras contract. Actually, if you remember, superficial inguinal ring is made of two cruras. Okay, there is anterior posterior cruras and they are connected by intercrural fibers. Okay, so superficial inguinal ring will act as a slit and will be contracted by intercrural fibers. Okay, and this is called as slit valve mechanism. External oblique muscle contracts, approximates. What it does, it approximates the true cruras, that is the crura anterior and the crura posterior of the superficial inguinal rings, and so, and what which fibers help it? Intercrural fibers will help it. Intercrural fibers will help it, helping in this contraction. The two cruras will contract, and it will just lead to the approximation of by intercrural fibers, and this will act as another mechanism of protection or maintaining the integrity of inguinal canal, slit valve mechanism. The other one is wall valve mechanism. Okay, the other mechanism is wall valve mechanism. So wall valve mechanism का मतलब होता है when there is contraction of cremaster muscle. So when there is a contraction of cremaster muscle, so what happens when the cremaster muscle will contract? It will pull up the testes. What it will be doing? It will pull up the testes, and superficial inguinal ring is pulled up, and the superficial inguinal ring is pulled up, plugged up. So what happens? Superficial inguinal ring is plugged up. So actually the contraction of cremaster muscle is responsible for plugging up the superficial inguinal ring by spermatic cord. So which structure plugged it up? Spermatic cord. So the contraction of cremaster muscle will lead to the plugging up of the superficial inguinal ring by which structure, my dear aspirants? That is the spermatic cord. In addition to all these phenomena, there is also one more phenomena. So there is one more phenomena that is called as the sixth structure. That structure is also called as interfoveolar ligament. So this interfoveolar ligament is also protecting or maintaining the integrity of inguinal canal. Actually, these are the fibers, these are the lower down arched fibers of transverse abdominis muscle. So interfoveolar ligament is formed by lower arched fibers of transverse abdominis muscle, and from here it is attached to superior ramus of pubis. It is attached to the superior ramus of pubis. Got it? Interfoveolar ligament is the fibers which is called as arched fibers, which is arising from transverse abdominis muscle and get connected to superior ramus of pubis. So this is the sixth mechanism which is important for maintaining the integrity. So how many? Together we have talked about six mechanisms. The first was flap valve mechanism. What is the reason of flap valve mechanism? Of protection or maintaining the integrity of inguinal canal. The canal is not straight or parallel, it is oblique. So yes, dear. Yes, Dr. Tariq, absolutely right. Yes. So actually what happens, they are at different points. So what happens, this deep and superficial inguinal ring is not at a similar point, and on contraction of anterior posterior wall, they are contracting the anterior and posterior wall. So superficial and deep inguinal ring do not lie exactly opposite to each other. As a result, when intra-abdominal pressure is increased, anterior and posterior wall are approximated like a valve. Flap is like a flap. That is called as flap valve mechanism. So this we have seen in this. Anterior and posterior wall is approximated to each other. The other mechanism was subtle mechanism. का मतलब होता है roof, anterior wall, posterior wall. All these structures is formed by the fibers of internal oblique muscle, and it acts as a shutter on contraction and will go towards the floor. Now, guarding means guarding a superficial inguinal ring with the fibers of internal oblique, deep inguinal ring with the anteriorly by internal oblique, and superficial inguinal ring by the conjoint tendon. Okay. Now, slit valve का मतलब external oblique muscle contracts and approximate the two cruras. We know that external oblique muscle में एक triangular opening है, that is called as the superficial inguinal ring. It will have two cruras. The two cruras will connected by the fibers, that is interfibular ligaments. So that is intercrural fibers, and the other is interfibular ligament, that is an extension from transverse abdominis muscles so towards the superior ramus of the pubis. So many of these protective. So in short, what we have done today is the inguinal canal anatomy. We have seen the inguinal canal anatomy. We have seen the subinguinal space. Subinguinal space. We have seen the details of subinguinal space. We have also seen the extension of. We have also seen the extension of inguinal ligament. Extension of inguinal ligament are, it is forming extension, reflected part. It is forming Gimbernet ligament. It is forming pectineal ligament. It is forming the ilioinguinal ligament. So these extensions important. What is deep inguinal ring? What is superficial inguinal ring? Where it is located? And what are the extent from the superficial to deep inguinal ring? Inguinal canal. Structure traversing through inguinal canal. Contents of spermatic cord. The diagram showing the cut section and the contents of spermatic cord. The layers and the covering of spermatic cord from the outside to inside. External spermatic fascia, cremaster fascia, internal spermatic fascia. Then we have also discussed the mechanism maintaining the integrity of inguinal canal. I also wanted to complete the topic of important triangle, Hazelback triangle, triangle of pain, and triangle of doom. So don't worry, when I will start the next session, I will complete that point also. So, okay, before ending the session, let me tell you about a few important points, and then we can end about this platform. So students, those who are interested for attending the free sessions on the Unacademy platform, what they can do, they can download the Unacademy app and they can find their goal as NEET PG. Okay. And also students, I will take few of the topic on the YouTube session. So all of you, all these, I will take few important topics live on the YouTube, not all topics on the special class. So you can join me live on the YouTube. I will share the link in the group. So that will be useful for you. Thank you, Sivan. So yes, YouTube पे live भी stream होगा, and you have to use the code NAT10 for unlocking the free sessions on the Unacademy platform. Okay, and before that, special class features you already know, and after that, I would just like to tell you about few of the subscription details. If you take 24 months, 2 years, you will get 4 months of subscription free. If you get take 1 year of subscription, you get 2 months of subscription free. And these are the batches which is coming up. Target Next integrated batches, Target Next 2022 batch, Mission INICT 2021 batch, clinical examination procedure batches, NEET PG subscription details are there, and also few of the platform discounts. Okay, Tariq, see here. Okay, just see here. This is at the rate. Okay, okay, just search for it, you will get. Okay. And yeah. Okay, before, yeah, on the ending, one more point I just want to tell. Yeah, so before ending, these are the discounted rate. So I just want to share this slide with you. Actually, there is limited time offer for the first 500 students. Those who want to take the subscription of Unacademy, they can use my code NAT10 for 10% discount. And these are the discounted rate of the session. More than 15 to 20%, you can go for it. As you can know, only first 500 students will get their iconic subscription at the rate of this discounted rate. So just go for it and grab the opportunity. All the best, keep studying. Thank you so much. We will again meet up with the upcoming sessions. Okay, so those who are on Plus platform, they can join me for the session of Plus platform. On the Plus platform, 8:30 p.m. is the timing of the session. You can join me for the joints of upper lip. Okay, I will also explain clinical aspect related to the topic. All the best, keep studying. Thank you so much. Again, we will meet up with the new session. We will continue this more of the triangular space, as is an important triangular space I want to explain, that is triangle of doom, triangle of pain, and also the inguinal triangle. All the best, keep studying. Thank you so much.